Hi, I didn't see you come in. Welcome to the first episode of, welcome to this episode of, welcome to the first episode of, okay, yeah, let's talk about. Um, this episode is, we talk about podcasting, kinda. That was the goal, and you know how things go. Anyway, my guests were my dear friends, Kara and Chris. Um, or Chris and Kara. You could say whichever way you want. You could say it like that, or Carissa. Carissa explains it all. Um, yeah, they do a podcast called I'm Annoyed, and you can check that out. And I recommend that you do. You can do anything you want, but I definitely recommend you check that out. Also, Chris does some other podcasts. You can check him out on UpnUp or the UpnUp. There's going to be links, dude. But yeah, and also Riffbusters. And you can check out my other podcast. It's About Time. It's a Sopranos watch podcast I do with Mike Peters. He'll be a guest on here as well sometime. Maybe even next time. Who knows? Speaking of, please subscribe. It just helps a lot. I'm sure that you understand that it does help. Man, this is weird just talking to a camera and not talking to I'm nervous. Please subscribe. Please hit the bell because I don't know how often I'm going to do this. It could be, uh, it's definitely going to be at least once a month. Hopefully, when I get better, like when I perfect my technique of editing and kung fu, then I'll be able to do these more frequently. Also, this is not this is a Zoom situation that we did. Eventually this is going to be in-house, in apartment. I don't know. Where do you live? Maybe it's coming over. Maybe this podcast, that doesn't make any sense. Okay. Eventually we're going to have, it'll be me and a guest in the same room. But that is money. So if you have like an old but older iPhone, maybe 3 of them, you can donate them, right? Just bring them over, or I'll come over and get them. Okay. You can just find me and give them to me, and I appreciate you. Um, so done. Oh yeah, hypothetically, if there was a Patreon, what would you want to see? How would you? What would be worth your money? Just curious. We could do a Q&A. You could ask me about things, like a specific thing to talk about. I could have another guest. We could do mini episodes. I mean, heck, it's whatever. The world is your oyster, because I'm asking for your money. I think that's it. So enjoy. And yeah, you can check me out. Real Bill Russell on all social media. Talk to me, holler. You can also follow this podcast. It's OYLTA Pod on Twitter and Facebook and mostly Instagram, I think, or the website. Or thanks. Okay, yeah, let's talk about this cold one.
I figured I would just start it, and then whenever you want to start the show, it's ready to go.
That's literally it right now.
Ah, voice.
Dude, I've been watching young Richard Glassman.
Oh yeah.
And exactly. I like when you listen to the video, or yeah, when you listen to the video, when you listen to the audio, you don't see, like, you don't hear them talking for like the beginning of it,
Yeah.
or whatever. Um so I like that idea. Um so now we could start the show. Mm. I don't know if I'm gonna see. This is the first episode, and this is like always the weird part, right?
Yeah.
Like, do I say, welcome to okay, yeah, let's talk about the pod. I'm Bill Russum, and I'm here with my guests, Karrah and Chris.
Hey.
Or do I like just not do that and then
Well, if
you know what I mean?
if there's one thing I know about podcasting is that you'll figure it out in like 15 to 20 episodes.
Right, exactly. Dude, oh my god. What a great idea, by the way. I was like, oh, one thing I'm gonna do for sure is gonna have video, because I'm gonna do a Patreon and I'm gonna have like the video content and it's gonna be tight as F. And then look at my background.
Yeah. It looks exactly like everyone at home would expect it to.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It's actually it's a little less cluttered than I think the listener would expect it to be.
Probably. Well, you know, the best part is see the like the black whoops, there we go. This guy right here.
Yeah.
And like, wait. Oh god, it's so hard to do, isn't it?
It is really it's an interesting perspective because it looks like it's in front of the backrest of your chair.
But that's not even, look, it's a different chair.
Whoa, what the
fuck? I know, right?
That really did fuck up my brain for a second. I was like, wait a minute, what?
I'm glad I didn't point it out like I was going to. But that Jesus, that bar right there,
yeah.
This guy, that's for my green screen.
Oh.
That part is set up. The rest of it, nope.
It's an episode 0, no big deal.
Exactly.
As you can see so much more of my room than the green screen because I had to make the camera angle wider.
For this wide low.
No,
stop
it. Speaking of the
I love it.
I'm going to send you the link for this webcam if you want to get it. This shit is 2K.
Whoa.
And
what is 2K?
It's like $69.99 or something like that.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Dude, it's a phenomenal. I mean, really, here.
Oh,
look at how much better I look.
Oh my god, you really do.
It's 2K.
That 2K is
your
like
computer can't even see how handsome I am right now. That's how good 2K is. We're maxing it out.
Is this a real thing? Is 2K a real thing?
Yeah. It's halfway between 4K and 1080p.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's so crazy. Hold on a second. I have to adjust my my properties on my advanced, the focus. I've got to oh, wrong way. Okay, here we go. I moved it further away, so dude, am I not going to be able to get in? Am I not going to be able to get this?
Dude, it came down on price.
Did it really?
It's only $50 now.
What? Do I look blurry to you?
A little.
No.
Oh, okay.
Who needs glasses?
Me.
How about now? Is it better?
It looks the same.
It does look the same.
Okay, number 1, number 2.
Oh, geez.
Number 2. Number 2 is definitely better.
Okay.
Now are you gonna do the 2 or 3 thing where you secretly go back to number 1?
Oh my god, don't they do that? It has to be.
Oh my God.
I think eventually they do.
Is this what we're doing?
Well, I figured if Bill's gonna upload this video, we gotta look our best.
I'm in a blanket.
So you're wrapped
Yeah,
up?
you look great.
Yeah.
Here, what's wrong with that?
I don't know.
But yeah, I've always wondered. Every time I've ever got my eyes looked at, I was like, I'm pretty sure that they're just going back to the first one.
They absolutely have to be. Like, there's no question about
eventually.
it. Right?
Like when they do, I think it's 3 or 4. I think
Right.
they go 1 or 2, 2 or 3, 3 or 4, and then 4 is just 1.
Right. Yeah, I think it is. And then okay, so when you get to the point, I just opened up your the link so I can get rid of the chat.
Add it to your hundreds of tabs.
Actually, this so my kid has been using my laptop, so I have to actually open the tabs again because he deletes my history.
Well, he deletes
Yeah.
his history. It just so happens that yours
Right,
is
yeah.
a casualty of war.
Yeah, exactly. And when I'm like, hey, bud, like, why don't we just, I don't say bud. I've never called him bud now that I think about it.
Hey, champ, why don't we just use incognito mode?
Yeah, pal, why don't we just go ahead and look, chief? Can you say chief?
Only if you do this while you say it.
Oh, okay. I didn't, yeah, that's what I thought, honestly. Let me see. Yeah, no, so it's tough, but I'm gonna save this and then get rid of it. I've got I already have too many things open on the screen. All right, we're good. Thank goodness. So yeah, so this is the first episode of a new podcast. And it's gonna be the first one that comes out also, just so that yeah, but you guys got time.
Oh no.
I know. Wait. Let me just double check. All right, cool.
You good?
So what's up, guys? Yeah.
Not too much. Just gave my boss's boss an ultimatum at work today, and he was not excited about it. He was not happy.
That's so crazy.
Dude.
Like,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, it was just like and I was so like professional about it too. I was like, listen, I understand and I respect your opinions on ultimatums. I understand why it's something that you might think is, disagreeable. But I said, this isn't a comment directly on you necessarily, but in my experience, the only way you can really get things done is by forcing a timeline. And,
right.
If I would have came into this meeting today and just said, hey, I'd like a raise, that's never going to happen. So if I put parameters on it, though, I'm at least going to have an answer by the time I requested the answer. So
right.
And yeah, it was.
Do you want to bet that they don't give you an answer?
Oh, I 100% think that the answer is going to be, unfortunately, we can't do that right now. But if you stay with the school and we get more kids, we might be able to do something for you in a few months. And I'm going to be like, well, you can see what you can do for the person who replaces me, because not doing it. Like, the big thing, I didn't explain it in the text because it just is a lot to explain, but there was a point in the exchange where he was like, what if we do this? You stick it out till the end of the first marking period.
Oh God.
And we'll see how things are then. And if we have more students and everything at that point in time, then we can discuss some sort of like compensation, a bonus, whatever the case may be, just so that there's something that we can kind of hang our hat on when it comes to asking for a raise for you. And I was like, well, I said, this is my 4th school year with this school, so I feel like that's a pretty good thing to hang a hat on for a raise for myself. And I said, but honestly, I said, I'll do it if I can get it in writing. And he was like, I can't do that. And I was like, well, then I'm not going to do it, because I was like, I'm not trying to say I don't trust you or that you're a dishonest person, but like, I know that it's not your decision, right? So you might tell me that like, hey, listen, I'll get you whatever I can get you, but in October or November, it's not just your decision to get me that thing. So there's no way to guarantee that I'm getting it. And he's like, right, that's why I won't sign anything. I was like, and that's why I won't agree to this.
Yeah, like what is like, I don't understand how this is so hard to follow for him.
Yeah.
Like, my God, like how about, what would he do, honestly, if you were just like, okay, well then I'll see you later?
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, again, this may just be strategy to like scare me into saying, but he brought up that we did have 2 new applicants, and one is for a teacher for jobs at our school. And I'm like, cool.
Oh, neat.
Good
Maybe they
guys.
could teach the class that you have to teach that you are not.
Yeah.
Like, that you didn't sign up to teach for. You know what I mean? Like, what in the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Is this guy, what's his full name? And
I'll give I'll
Can you get an
I'll
address?
do a mild doxing. I won't give out his first name. But
No, you don't have to actually do that.
his last
because I don't
name.
want to edit this.
Okay.
Yeah, give his last name.
It's funny. His last name is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it funny?
It's funny.
What is
Ah,
it?
shit.
Should
All right.
Should I type it so you don't have to edit? You can just read it.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
that's.
I'll
fine.
type it.
Yeah, we'll do it like that.
I'm
gonna try to.
since I'm typing it, I'll type his full name because it's really funny as a full name
Okay.
for some reason.
Richard Harry Dick and Balls. What a weird name. Oh my God, that's yeah.
It's just
that
missing
is
a
pretty
C.
funny. Yeah, it really. No, you can't. Damn, dude, that's hilarious. That's really, really.
And then I played him. I played him in our fantasy football league last year in November. And the trick, there was like an unwritten rule that we have to make our team name a reference to the person we're playing against.
Oh, no.
So I'm going to tell you what my team name was when I played him.
Okay. Oh my God. That's fantastic.
Like all the people in the company who play our fantasy football league saw that was my team name for the week that I played him.
Oh my God.
Very
That's
fun.
really fun. Let's talk about fantasy football. I have no idea. I don't know shit about it. Is it just like is it D&D?
Sort of. It's not super far off. It's more like a RTS.
Okay.
Like a real-time strategy. So you
Right.
have a league with X amount of people. Like I'm in leagues that have 32 people in them. That is like an NFL simulation league that is like very complicated and tough to like manage because like you're literally playing like nobodies in certain positions. And then I'm in like a couple of 12 team leagues, a couple 16 team leagues. So what happens is you through randomized draft, unless you're in a dynasty league, then it's based upon performance. But you draft your team, you pick the players you want, who are available to you, and then you get points awarded to your team based on their performance in their real life football game.
What?
So like
That's
so like if I have a running back who runs for a touchdown, he'll get 6 points. And then he'll get 1 whole point for every 10 yards he runs. And
you've already lost me.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of math involved. There's a whole lot of math involved.
Is there a computer that just does this for you guys and tells you,
Yeah.
All right, well, you're good now?
Yeah,
Cool.
The apps tell you it's built in a number processor. But I will say, if you do want to play a football game that is like D&D, the new Madden comes out this week at the time of this recording. And they've really embraced the RPG element of those games. It's pretty crazy.
Really? Is this made by the same people who do the show?
No, the show is done. I forget who makes the show, but EA makes Madden.
Ah, it's in the game.
Yeah. But like the RPG-ish.
So stupid.
No one knows that because that's not there's no catchphrase. It doesn't do that anymore, I don't think.
No,
but I don't, at least maybe I just skipped the screen, but I don't think it does EA Sports. It's in the game.
Wow.
My favorite though is did you ever play the NFL Street games or like NBA Street or anything like that?
I've literally only played Tecmo Bowl and Double Dribble.
Okay. So EA used to have a division that just created their like extreme sports games. SSX Tricky was one of those games. Again, NFL Street, NBA Street. But that company,
Def Jam, Fight for New York.
Fight for New York.
I don't know.
What's the other one? Escape from Los Angeles.
Yes.
But that company was called EA Big, and then but for their thing, instead of it being like EA Sports, it's in the game. It would just go EA Big, and then thing like Big would slam on the screen and it would shake a bunch.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous.
Those were fun games though because they had really good music soundtracks that played during the game, and then you could do like crazy stunts and like run up walls to catch the football and stuff like that.
Oh, that's
They
wild.
don't make video games like they used to.
Right. Karrah, do you play video games?
No, I
Do you play?
don't.
What do you play on your phone?
Oh my God. I play. Wait, let me give you the exact name. Please hold.
Happy Home
Yes,
Editor.
absolutely.
That's not what it is. Stop. It's
Is that the Animal Crossing
Project
one?
Makeover.
Oh,
And gosh, is
okay.
it fun. So you have to, it's kind of like you do like a Candy Crush situation, and then you earn money, and then you remodel a house
Oh,
with the
what?
money.
You remodel a house and you make over the people who live in that
Yes,
house.
and you give the people a makeover.
Oh my God! But you have to like solve a Candy Crush puzzle in order to
Yes.
get to the people.
Yeah, you have to
Is it like-
earn money.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Huh. Man, that sounds way too confusing for me. I play Duolingo on my phone.
Oh.
What's your streak?
I lost that long streak.
What?
Yeah, I restarted. I reset it because, like, okay, so you can do a streak freeze, which basically, if like, yeah, like, oh, I don't want to lose my streak, but I like don't want to do it today. You can pay like their little currency, like the little gems that they give you for doing missions for doing lessons. You can like trade those in and like be like, oh, let me just keep this streak freeze going. And I did it for like 3 months that I was like not doing it. And I was like, this is cheating, dude. This is like 600-day streak doesn't mean anything. But now I'm up to like 225 again.
Nice, you're getting there.
And that's with no streak freeze.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got called out one time and I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot ever use a streak freeze again.
Oh, someone called you out for using a streak freeze?
Yeah, they were like, how long is your streak? And I was like 600 and some days. And they were like, how many streak freezes did you use? And I was like,
698.
Yeah, I used 700 streak freezes to get to 600.
Who would call you out on that? Who called you out on your streak freeze?
Nobody important.
Oh, okay.
They were a real piece of shit.
Oh, okay.
You know, yeah, it's just the way like who calls people out on stuff like that? They just met.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Unfortunate. Yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's still better than I've done because the closest I've done to doing Duolingo is watching their TikToks. Did you ever watch Duolingo's TikToks?
No.
Dude, I gotta send you some. They're cursed. They're so good.
I definitely need to see that.
The Duolingo bird for a while was trying to get a date with Dua Lipa.
What?
Yeah, he was in love with Dua Lipa and he was trying to get a date with her.
Stop it.
Yeah, I'll have to send you some then when I take a poop later.
Okay, that sounds wonderful.
Because that's what I do. If you're my friend and you ever get a TikTok from me, that means I'm taking a shit.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's why they come in threes and then it's like done.
Yeah, exactly. Except for that one night, it was like a really long poop, and I sent like 15 at like 2:30 in the morning. That was more I just got bored on the toilet.
Right.
That's all. You did play video games though. You like that Thomas Was Alone. That's like your favorite video game ever.
Yeah, I did finish that.
Like 3 times.
That's a cool one. Yeah, I played that before. That was a fun one. I like games like that too.
Once I beat Stray, I'm gonna get her to play it.
Ooh, Stray.
Yeah.
Tell me. Oh, don't spoil it though.
No spoilers. Don't worry. It's good. You play as a stray cat in the future.
Tight.
And that's it. Yeah, it's got like you can like scratch furniture and you can take naps and you can a really cute mechanic is like you can go up to doors in the city that you're in and like scratch the doors and then like some people will like answer the door and some people will like say something. You'll hear like dialogue and stuff like that. Very good game. Not as good as like Metacritic and stuff score. It doesn't translate. People are giving it a really high score just because it's a kiddie game. And like, don't get me wrong, it's super adorable, but it is not like better than Elden Ring. You know what I mean? It's like, it's good, but it's not that good.
Right.
But
shit, you know what I fucking forgot to do?
What'd you forget?
Oh my God. What a dickhead. Why don't you guys plug your stuff real quick?
Oh, okay. We can do that. I mean, it hasn't been that long. Karrah, go ahead. Well, because I have a bunch of stuff to plug.
Oh
so
my
you
goodness.
plug, you know.
Okay, we have a podcast. It's called I'm Annoyed. And that, I don't know, what do you want me to say
Merch?
about it? Oh, we have merch. Please buy our merch. We're very poor. Chris might not have a job, so we really gotta pay some bills. Um,
They're
yeah.
good shirt designs.
I don't remember
They are.
the thing though, because it's such a weird.
I'm -annoyed-podcast.creator-spring.com.
Simple.
Easy enough. It is that annoying of a link that I was like, should I just buy a domain so then it redirects to this page? That's how annoying that link is.
A lot of stuff on GoDaddy right now is like 99 cents for a year if you buy 2 years.
Ooh,
Yeah,
check that.
That's how I got OYLTA pod.com.
Ooh.
It probably won't be set up by the time this comes out. I also have that for Twitter and Instagram. But yeah, do you have a Twitter or Instagram or anything like that, Karrah?
Oh my gosh, I do. It's Karrah Nicole _. Karrah.
And at Amanoid Podcast. And then I will send people to the Riffbusters podcast, releasing every Wednesday, and UpnUp Pod on Twitch, twitch.tv/UpnUpPod. But easier is the UpnUp.com, where you can go for all of your games, journalism, news, as well as the links to the Twitch and stuff like that. I don't know why my brain farted on what else is on the website.
Dude, yeah, you recently wrote an article about the show.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Sure, absolutely. So I wrote a 2,200 word article because an overachiever is what I am at my heart. And I wrote it.
It was long as fuck, honestly,
I sat down and wrote it in like 3 hours. I started at like 1 o'clock in the morning and I finished editing it and posted at like 4.
Wow.
And it is just about how, if you want to play a game that is like rewarding but truly punishing, and one of the hardest games I've ever played, absolutely play MLB The Show. Even if you don't like baseball that much and just want a game that's a challenge, totally check it out. One thing that I think is super cool that this game does, and no video game does, Karrah, and as somebody who doesn't play video games, I think you'll still appreciate this.
Okay.
Is that there's no way to make your character better besides getting better at the game.
Oh, dude, that's nuts.
Yeah. So like there's no like currency I can buy, or I don't earn XP by playing games that I can then spend on skill points.
Right.
The only way my player gets better is by me, as the guy who controls my player, getting better at the game. Does that make sense? So like if I want to like get better at power swinging, then I have to 1, use power swings, and 2, actually hit the ball. And if I don't do that, I won't get better at power swing.
So there's no way to like create the like to as you're going, you level up and you get like, oh, here's a point you can put in your little like power swing boy.
Yeah, none of that. You actually just have to use that skill to get better at it.
Damn, dude.
Right? Like,
that's wild.
Yeah, like there's a plate vision stat, which just essentially like, it's essentially how accurate the strike
It's like
zone.
Instagram when it first came out.
Yeah.
And all it was plates of food.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just a bunch of people being like, here's my dinner. No, so it's like the rectangle, like that is your strike zone. It like determines how accurate that will be. And then the only way to make that better is by not swinging at bad balls, or by swinging at good balls. And what's a really weird thing that this game is so punishing and hard, not to spoil the entire article, and I'll end with this, but like that is a fun stat in the sense of, let's say you swing at a ball that's outside of the strike zone and you hit it still really well and get like a double, which is good. Like a double is a really good hit.
Okay.
Your plate discipline will still go down because you swung at a ball that wasn't a strike. The game doesn't care that you made contact. The game doesn't care that you got on base. You swung at a ball you shouldn't have swung at, and for that, your stat will go down. So it's like very punishing, but you have to actually just be good. You have to actually get better at the game for your character to get better in the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's bananas.
It's hard, but it's like rewarding. You know what I mean? Like I actually feel a sense of accomplishment when like a game ends and I'm like 3 for 4 or
Right.
something like that. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I did pretty good that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like, yeah, it's really good. It's really challenging. There's a bunch of like subtleties to the game that like they didn't have to do for a sports
Right.
simulator, but they still did. Like
Huh.
your teammates will like you more if you like do better. and like specifically like the people who are near you that your game affects. Like
Mhm.
if the guy who bats in front of me is on base and I hit a ball and get him to score, our relationship will go up. And the same
Wow.
goes if like I'm on base and a dude hits a ball well and I get to advance bases, then his and I relationship will go up.
That's so crazy. Do you end up like making out with each other then,
I'm
or?
hoping it becomes a dating sim at some point. Like
Oh
that
my
would be
God, that would be so
awesome.
rad. That
If
would be
like they just catch
so.
us in the showers.
Yeah, right. Consensually.
Yeah, it's like
Oh my
year
God.
5 and I'm just making out with the shortstop.
Hell yeah. That would be pretty wild, right? My God.
Karrah, we can get I'm-annoyed.com for 1 cent for 2 years.
Boom.
Wow.
Are you doing it right now live on the podcast?
Yeah,
Well,
sorry, Bill.
No, no, you're doing it.
Ooh, I'm-annoyed.co for a penny.
What was the first
Org.
one?
So the first one is the first one was I'm-annoyed.com.
Okay.
And then there's also I'm-annoyed.co, I'm-annoyed.live. Ooh, I'm-annoyed.shop. That makes the most sense.
That does, yeah.
It's $1.50, but then it's $45 after the first year.
Yeah, but I mean, after the first year, you
It's
could
an
just.
investment.
It is.
I'm-annoyed.auto.
I mean,
People will think we're a car dealership. Holy shit! Why is that so expensive?
Whoa.
It's $2,800 for that domain.
That's bananas.
Is there a car company called I'm Annoyed Auto or something?
I can't imagine that there is.
Hey, we could get I'm Annoyed. Examine your zipper.
Why do that? That's really. That's probably the best. Like, what is it? The extension?
Yeah, XYZ is
XY.
so good.
Hell yeah! I should have gotten that. Now that I think about it, it's probably way more expensive though.
Yeah, it's $2 and then $18 after the first year for us.
Yeah. Oh, well, there you go.
I'm annoyed.love. Is that what that says?
Where?
At the bottom.
Yeah, I'm annoyed.love. Aw, that's a good one.
You get dot love.
$10 up front, then 40 after that. That's not bad.
That's pretty wild.
I'm annoyed.space.
What?
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about space. What's your favorite constellation?
Oh no.
Ooh, I like Orion's belt because it's the easiest to identify.
Yeah.
And by that I mean anytime I look in the sky and there's 3 stars in a row, I'm like, that's it, baby.
That's got to be the one.
That's his belt. Open up the pants. What about
that
you,
makes
Karrah?
perfect sense to me.
Little Dipper.
The Little Dipper.
Hell yeah.
What about you, Bill? What's your favorite constellation?
Oh man, I don't even know about constellations. I just look up into space and I'm like, God damn, this is nuts. When my lady friend and I went to, her name's Becky. You met her. When we went to Vermont, it was we were in the middle of nowhere, so it was like a dirt road, and it was 50. I keep meaning to tell you guys this second part of the story later.
Yeah.
Wait, I will tell you in a minute, but so like it was like 15 minutes up a mountain that was like a dirt road to get to where we were, and it was like this cool ass cabin, right? Bears. I didn't see any bears, but I was very terrified of a bear. I made Becky buy bear spray
Just in
yeah. And I went outside with it all the time. I was like during the nighttime when we went out, I was like, I gotta have the bear and a flashlight, and I kept hearing stuff. I was being so fucking annoying, dude, because like we're laying outside, she's trying to like look into the space, and I'm like standing there, and I like have the flashlight off, and then like I just hear like a snap, like a twig, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck was that? She was real polite about it. She didn't say anything, but I know, like, I was like, don't you hate that when you're like, you realize you're being like an annoying piece of shit and you can't stop though?
Yeah.
It's like like this drive supersedes anything that could possibly be happening. Oh my god. Okay, so the story, like, this is, I want to work this into, well, I want to make a joke. But this is a true story. We were driving, and I think we were going to the there's a natural history museum in a town in Vermont near where we were,
As opposed to an in-natural history museum. Am I
yeah,
right?
it was a very unnatural history.
It's just vaccines.
Yeah. Shit, man, that's really funny. They so we're driving there. It was really cool. Like, it was like the museum was really cool. We got to like watch this guy feed a raven and hawks and all kinds of shit.
That was dope.
Dude,
Did the raven
unreal.
talk? Ravens are so cool.
No, it didn't. I wish it did. Yeah. But when we're on our way there, we're driving, and it's literally like, the cool thing about where we were is it's like a 2-lane road, and you're driving, and then suddenly there's like 10 houses on each side of the road, and then there's nothing again for like, that's a town.
Yeah.
It's like so crazy, right? And there like might be a general store like, 30 miles away or whatever. Nobody has air conditioning because like they don't ever need it, except for when we were there because it was a heat wave. Fucking cool. But we're driving, right? I'm driving, and I like ahead, I see a fucking tree limb that's like, I don't know, like a couple of inches, like a decent size, like a head size tree limb.
Yeah.
Width, diameter. Yeah, that's it.
Circumference.
My circumference, yes. And I see it fall straight out of the tree right across the road, and we're literally like 20 feet from it. I slam on the brakes, so like and stopped in front of it. Like, we were, if I wouldn't have noticed, we would have just like gotten hit by it.
Yeah.
And it was terrifying. Like, I've never had anything like that happen. So we parked, and I got out, and I was like, I drove over it, and I was like, I'm gonna pull over and like move this out of the road, And then the person behind us, they pulled over too, and I'm just like walking over, and I'm like full of adrenaline. I'm like, did you see that? they were like, yeah. She was, and then she helped me clean off. She helped us clean up the tree off the road, and then another guy in a Prius drove over top of it while like me and 2 ladies are dragging trees off the fuck. It was so nuts.
Yeah.
And he just looked at us and like, meh.
It just kept going.
Yeah. It was probably Bernie Sanders. No. But yeah, no, I think that's how I know that I'm still in love, because I didn't just drive into the tree and let it kill us.
Yeah. God, I wish that landed on me.
Yeah. Here's the sign. Thank you, Jesus.
I do have to say, I'm in love, but I still would have drove into the tree.
Yeah, right.
I had that happen one
God.
time on our road, like a big tree limb.
Okay.
It wasn't super big around, but it was really long. It was like the length of the road. It was like, those like creepy skinny trees that never grow anything, but they're just there.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
It was that. It fell across the road, and I was like, well, I can't get by, so I obviously have to do something about this. So
Right.
like I pulled over, and I was walking, like I could obviously lift the tree, but it was so long that I couldn't pick the whole thing up.
Right.
So I'm like lifting it up by my car and then walking it.
Oh.
Like it's getting like, you know, I'm standing it up and like up higher and higher, just like walking it. Like I said, it wasn't super heavy. It was probably like that big around.
Sure.
And then a truck drives past and like on my side of the road and then like waves like thank you, like I was lifting the fucking gate for him or something.
Oh my god!
I was like, literally could have taken like 2 seconds if you would have just came over and helped me, bro. But
Oh
he
my
was just
god!
like thanks, and then just
Yeah.
kept driving, walking it up, and then just flipped it over.
See, you should have just dropped it on him. You didn't have a ticket. You didn't.
You didn't pay the troll toll.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, they don't validate in there in the woods. You better pay me.
Yeah.
My god.
Yeah, that's
Karrah,
crazy.
did you ever have any accidental like tree limbs falling on you ever? Like even if you were just walking.
No, I've had a person
You've hit a
Fall on
person?
you?
No, run into me.
You had a person run into you? What?
Yeah.
Were they trying to scam you?
Tell the story.
Wait, what? I can't tell if you're being serious.
I'm being serious. I don't remember this.
I'm such a liar.
I'm
so
not. Was I
confused.
with?
Was it you?
Was it me?
I'm so
Did you
confused.
hit me?
Barbara?
Oh no, Bill means like Bill doesn't mean another car. We've all hit other cars.
Yeah, I've hit my own car in a different car.
I hit a bird. Oh my god. Okay, I hit a bird, and this is what happened. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm driving, and the bird, I hit it, and I was like, oh my god, maybe it's okay. So I turned around and I checked on it, and it was not okay, and its little wing was like going like this, but it was dead. And then I cried, and then
Yeah,
I
that would
called
make me-
Chris, and I was having a panic attack.
She called me crying.
Yeah,
We-
I'm about to cry.
Oh my
Honestly.
god, we hit a bear.
Have I ever told you the story about the time I hit a bear at an incredibly low speed?
No.
So I
Even
was-
if you did, tell me again. Jesus.
So we were driving towards Lewisburg, for those who are local, and you know
Well,
that
anybody, even not local, can drive towards Lewisburg
That's
if
true.
they want to.
they just wouldn't know what that means. But we were coming from Shamokin Dam, and you know the spot where the highway like splits, and there's like
Yes.
a big grassy tree area between the lane going towards Shamokin Dam and the lane going towards Lewisburg.
Yep.
So I'm driving, and way ahead where the split happens, and I'm not there yet, I see a black bear come run down out of the woods and across the highway, the 2 lanes of traffic that are coming towards us.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
it leaps over the guardrail, and I'm like, I'm gonna start slowing down just in case.
Yeah, no shit.
So I've got eyes on it as it's like running through the grass, and at
Mhm.
this point I'm going like 10 miles per hour, and there's traffic behind me, and they're pissed because
Right.
I'm assuming they don't notice. People are beeping their horns and shit, and then the bear comes up and like dives over top of the guardrail, goes
my
to run
God.
past my car, and I hit him. But again, I'm going like 10
Right.
or under at this point.
Uh-huh.
So I hit him, and he like splats out and looks like a rug. Like
Oh my
legs,
God.
like legs go out this way, feet go out behind him, and he like
Oh, stop
slides on the
it.
road a little bit. And I was like, oh my god!
God.
And then it got up and then ran off into the woods. So
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. I called 911.
You're like, I hit a bear on the booty.
Yeah, essentially. So I called 911, and
This little
I called.
tush.
I will say I called the non-emergency line.
Okay, that's a different number than 911.
Yeah, I don't know what it is,
Okay.
but I did call like a dispatcher,
Yeah, I got you.
and they
The
were
state
like,
police.
yeah, and they were like, what can I help you with? And I was like, I just wanted to let you know that I was traveling in, and I was right in front of this store, and I was in front of this place, and I hit a bear, and they're like, are you there? I was like, no. They're like, was the car damaged? I was like, no.
Yeah.
They're like, is the bear dead? I was like, also no. And they're like,
right.
what? Then why are you calling? I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
He might be hurt and mad, and I just think people in the area should know.
Yeah. Can you put out an APB? Like, we need to make sure that everybody knows
Yeah.
about this bear that
I-
might be a little bit iffed.
Yeah, but he was good enough to get up and run away. Like I said, it was like
Yeah.
a love tap, but it was definitely funny
Right.
because he like splatted out and then like I said, like slid and then got up and kept running.
That's so ridiculous.
It
Oh my
was like
God.
it felt like we hit a car though. That's how big bears are. In case you were wondering,
Yeah.
it felt like we hit another car at a very slow speed.
Bears are thick as fuck, bro.
They are thick as fuck.
Okay, so here's my problem. I'm terrified of being devoured by a bear. Like I think that like a couple of swipes with those big claws, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then but they're cute as fuck.
So cute, dude. They're just big puppies. They just look
They
like
really
gigantic
are.
puppy dogs.
We my girlfriend and I, we looked up and confirmed, yes, they are like related to dogs.
Are they? That makes sense. The way
Yeah,
they're built and stuff, the way they look, that they're canine adjacent.
Yeah, we literally were like, dude, it's like how come they look like puppies?
Yeah.
What's going on? Like, and
Little
it's like straight
cute-
up, like, yep.
Cute little round ears. I gotta find
Oh.
that TikTok and send it to Bill. Remember the lady in the tree stand?
Yeah.
There was a TikTok where there's like this lady who's bow hunting in the tree stand, and the bear like comes up and sees her, and then he climbs the tree stand, and she's like, "You gotta get out of here, mister. You get down." And then he gets stuck because his legs fall through the rung of the ladder, and he's just like sitting there like this.
Oh my god, dude.
And she's
Why
like,
are they so
"No,
cute?
you go down." And he's like looking up at her, and his nose is wiggling because he's sniffing.
Oh
I'm
my
just like,
god.
man, oh man, what a cute little guy.
Yeah, we don't deserve them.
We don't. And it's honestly, it's wild that like such a dangerous animal looks so adorable.
Yeah,
You know what I
right?
mean? Like they're really, really dangerous, but God, are they cute?
What else? Like what else is like that cute but also that dangerous? I guess like lynx or bobcats and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, but even those, like they're like in take something out of Sarah Cartwright's book, they're puntable. You know what I mean?
That's
like
true.
a
Yeah,
bobcat you could kick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I'm near my front door and a bobcat's attacking me, I could kick it over the railing of the porch and then get in the house.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they're dangerous, they're cute, but they're
Right.
manageable.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, there's really nothing like lions, but I even think lions can't hold a candle to bears as far as cuteness is concerned.
No, you're absolutely right.
You know what I mean? Like lions are cute, lions are dangerous, but lions are not as cute as a bear.
Definitely not. No,
there's hippopotamus. Hippopotamus is super dangerous and also very, very cute. But I think it helps that they're so slick looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fact that they're like these perfectly round, like sleek looking creatures.
And they have noodles on their back.
Yeah.
Do you remember that song? This is like an old internet. Like, I'm a hippopotamus with noodles on my back.
Yeah.
Noodles on my back. Sorry, I'm old and
No,
been
you're
on the
okay.
internet since it's been out.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's still out.
I'm sure. I know, Bill, that we can go to you whenever we have a question about Homestar Runner, and I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Let's watch some Teen Girl Squad. All right. We're back. All right. Fucking dumb. Shit. What was I gonna ask you about? Oh yeah. So never mind. Who's your favorite what's your favorite cryptid? Karrah, go first.
Huh?
Your favorite cryptid.
Like animal that doesn't exist but might exist.
Oh boy.
You know, like Mothman, Bigfoot, those sorts of things.
Ooh. I don't know. I don't even know if I have one. I've never thought about this in my life.
Really?
No.
Wow, are you even a white person?
I don't know.
That's
Honestly.
crazy.
What's your zombie apocalypse plan? I'm just kidding.
I'm like,
Suicide.
Yeah, right? Chris, all right. Well, what about you?
Squonk.
who?
Squonk.
Squonk is
The
the
Squonk
best.
is the best. Oh my god.
PA Pride. Squonk is a Pennsylvania native cryptid. He is a pig-like creature. His body is covered in warts.
Ew.
And he lives in the hemlock woods of like northern Pennsylvania, you know, like the Williamsport, Wilkes-Barre sort of area. And the reason why I love Squonk the most is because when you capture it, it literally cries itself to death. It cries until it turns into nothing but a puddle of tears, and it is dead.
Yeah.
It looks like a little pig.
This is like a Pokemon type of thing. Like
You really don't know what cryptids are.
I don't know what's going on.
So cryptids
Like the
are
Loch Ness monster
Yeah.
or
they're
yeah.
like spooky, like sort of
It's
spooky.
not really my vibe, you know?
Wendigos, you know, stuff like that. Skinwalkers.
You've never watched Supernatural?
No.
No, not interested.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm trying to think of like like Bigfoot is a cryptid. Loch Ness monster. Oh,
Yeah.
Did you know, Bill? Did you know that Pennsylvania has its own Loch Ness monster?
No, but
Ray-
I'm gonna find out.
Raystown Ray.
Hmm.
He lives in the
What?
Raystown Lake in Reading.
Well, I am going tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find him.
Yeah, there's there's pictures of him online and stuff, but yeah, it's supposedly like the same thing that the Loch Ness Monster is. But
That's
yeah,
so
his name is
wild.
Raystown Ray.
Huh? How about that?
What's your
I
favorite
learned something
cryptid?
new. I like the Squonk. I like the Mothman.
Mothman's good. I like Mothman because he's like Batman. Like, is he good or is he bad? Who's to
Right,
say?
exactly. Yeah, he's just a dude that's like gonna do something, and maybe he's a UFO alien guy,
Yeah.
or maybe he's like a freak of nature.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change my answer to Bat Boy. I just remembered the Bat Boy is a thing.
Do you think Batboy's still alive?
Bat Boy, well,
And he's married to
currently,
Marilyn Monroe.
Ooh.
yeah, that's exactly what's happening. I think the last I heard from Bat Boy, he had killed Osama bin Laden. Like, I'm pretty positive that they had that on the Weekly World News
That's so
headline.
funny.
Yeah, Bat Boy is fucking amazing.
I like that they like caught on. You know what I mean? I like that
Mhm.
they're along for the ride.
Yeah,
They're
definitely.
not pretending they're real or legitimate at all.
Right, exactly. There was a time where I like Weekly World News was probably my favorite. Like I would get that. I would read that at the store and like Mad Magazine and Crack.
I was gonna say, do they even have that at like the grocery store anymore? Because I remember Weekly World News. I remember grocery shopping with my mom when I was a kid, and like Weekly World News was like at the checkout with like People. Like
Yep.
it's like People Magazine, Us Weekly, and Weekly World News all at the checkout together.
Yeah, literally like, oh, here's the story about Princess Di, like being paparazzi'd. And then paparazzi did death. Although maybe not.
Bum, bum, bum. You have to read Weekly World News for that one.
Exactly. Yeah, and then exactly. Maybe she is still alive and in a secret bunker with Elvis.
Oh, wait.
And Tupac.
And Tupac. Yes. Oh my God. Weekly World News. Good time. Shit. Hey, how long have I known you guys?
You and I met 11 years ago, but I would say that it's like 9 years that we've been friends.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We met filming Santa and the Sinister Ghouls of Christmas or something. It's something like that.
God. The only reason I have an IMDb credit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit. I forgot about I didn't forget about that, but like, wow, holy crap.
Yeah.
I didn't remember what were you doing with that? Tell me.
I was just so Dane, you worked with at the movie theater and who was friends with James and stuff like that, who also worked at the movie theater. He was like, hey, I'm helping somebody film this movie. Do you want to come with? And I was like, sure. And I just like held the camera for a little bit. I held lights for a little bit. I held microphones for a little bit. I blacked out windows and found a creepy doll. And, I don't know whose house that was we recorded in, but it certainly felt like we weren't supposed to be there.
Yeah, it really did feel like it was somebody else's, that was on vacation.
Yeah.
And they were going to come back.
Yeah, there was literally in this house care, there was a couch and nothing else. We were looking for a lighter at one point in time for something. And I opened up a drawer in the kitchen. And those like baby dolls that have like the cloth bodies?
Yeah.
And like when you lift them up and put them down, like the eyes open and close. So it was one of those babies, but like was clearly buried in dirt at some point in time. And like only one of the eyes opened when you lifted it up.
Oh no.
So I opened the drawer and I was like, this is terrifying. Told everybody I would not touch it. I left it in the drawer just in case. But yeah, it definitely that house felt like we weren't supposed to be there or that it was like a secret.
Right. Oh my God. That's so bananas. I completely forgot about that. When how many open mics into doing open mics did I meet you, Karrah? When did you start coming out?
I know. Well, I went to the first one.
Right.
I don't know. Because that's when I went to like every single one.
Yeah.
So
that was my God.
That was like what, 2014? No.
2013.
2013.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
April of 2013 was the first Min Mom.
I think I remember us being friends though before I graduated high school because I remember I wanted to take a prom picture with you and you were like, I gotta work. And I was like, okay.
Oh, dude, no. I wish I would have done it.
It's okay.
Oh, damn it. Now I feel
GameStop
bad.
was the most important thing back then, Bill.
Ugh, you know, what a bad idea. Listen, I'm gonna just tell everybody right now, quit your jobs. You'll figure it out. Don't worry. I mean, do something. You know, don't just like sit around, you know, playing Tony Hawk because it's out now on the PS5 and 4 this month. Well,
Yes, it is.
last month probably. Sorry, guys. Sorry you missed it.
Yeah. Nerds.
Yeah. So I think that if you cared, you would have, you know, gotten it. But I have this picture from BJ's, and it is the weird. Okay, so this is the weirdest thing in the world. It comes up on Facebook every now, like the anniversary. I was gonna say every now and again,
Yeah.
but and it's like everybody. Well, not everybody, but it's like,
yeah, I get that for people's birthdays sometimes. It's like, hey, you want to post this on this person's profile for their birthday because they're like one of the people in the picture.
Right.
I know which one you mean. Yeah.
It's and like it's so weird because in that picture, and I think I've said this to you before, Karrah, in that picture, it looks like your hair is real short. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's just a ponytail.
Right. But like
you can't see the ponytail.
Right. And I, for some reason, got it in my brain that you had like shaved your head basically at one point.
No.
Like, oh man. Yeah. Memory loss is a real motherfucker, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Well, she did have purple hair once. And, you know, when someone gets purple hair, who knows what else they would have done.
That is true.
That's right. Yeah. Vote for Bernie Sanders, I'll bet.
What are you doing?
Waving around this fart.
I hate this. I hate it.
I'm trying to get it spread out. Get it out of here faster.
It's a good idea.
It's one of those like fog machine farts, I like to call it, because it just like it comes out and then just stays.
Uh-oh.
You know what I mean? It's not. There's no rising action here. It just went and then just sat like right here, like right around where the top of your laptop screen is. It's where my fart's hanging out. Yeah, it's not going away.
Oh my gosh.
Light a candle.
No.
Do you have like special fart candles that you have to keep around because of your farts?
Oh, I have, dude. So in the studio, it smells like farts a lot because I'm in here a lot and I fart a lot.
Right.
So I have like 4 different candles that I use, so that way, you know, I rotate through them just so, I don't associate one scent with stinky farts too much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like this one right now is pineapple.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, and it's got a little pineapple on it. That's code for weed.
Yeah, I just burnt my eyebrows.
Not really.
Oh, I thought it was what was it code for?
Pineapples for swingers.
That's it.
Well, that's only if it's upside down. Did you not know that?
No.
If so at
Peru
like
is calling me. I'm very
Oh my
sorry.
God.
It says Peru.
I'm answering.
It's you're ruining.
Do it.
Hello.
Hello? Hello? Son of a bitch.
I'm sorry, Bill. I just was really like shocked. I was like, oh my
No,
God.
that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they heard us talking about cryptids and they were like, we got this beat, baby.
But yeah, so an upside down pineapple means that you are a swinger. Like if you're at the grocery store and you see somebody with an upside down pineapple in their shopping cart, that means they want to get nasty.
How do you put it
before the internet?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
It's like the hanky code.
Yeah,
you
right.
Put it on the green part.
Yeah, but how does it stand up?
The leaves are like really strong.
I don't buy it.
Have you ever felt
me neither.
pineapple leaves?
Yeah, I don't think it would stand
They're like
up
sharp.
because the other part's so much heavier and like.
No, they would.
Mm-mm.
You have to prop it up with something.
Yeah.
A sign that says, "Hey, do you want to like have sex with my wife and I?"
Would you like to fuck my wife while I watch?
Hey, you can fuck my wife if I fuck yours. I don't know what that.
But yeah, apparently too, like in people's homes and stuff.
You
like
show
that,
me your wife.
What are other swinger signs? A guy with a black ring on his right ring finger.
No, not ring finger, pointer finger.
Oh, is it pointer? I thought it was right.
Is this from a BuzzFeed list?
It's like hanky code, but for people who want to fuck each other's wives.
Wow, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm sure you know about the hanky code.
Yeah, of course. It's like
jelly bracelets.
Yeah, exactly.
But for gay men.
Right. Dude, wasn't there a thing where if like why was it like, oh, if I break your jelly bracelet, you have to like have sex with me?
You owe me the sex act. You owe me the act that I broke.
Yeah, and it's weird like that people are like, no, everybody in the United States is a very healthy sexual relationship. Like,
dude, I remember like literally like boys wrestling with girls in like 6th and 7th grade because they're trying to like break their black jelly band, which is like blowjobs, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Oh my god, what in the world was going on?
It was crazy.
In these schools.
And here I was, just a fat nerd being like, "Ooh, everyone's wearing these bracelets. I want to get one."
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And then my mom was like, "Okay, we can go get you some."
Oh.
Right. And then we went and bought some. And then they were like, "Yeah, F slur." And I was like, "But guys wear them too." And they were like, "Yeah, guys wear them when." So this was, I don't know if this was everywhere, but this was in our school allegedly. Is that the girl wore the bracelet, and then when she did an act with or to her partner, they got that bracelet. So like if a girl gave her boyfriend a blowjob, he then got that color bracelet. If they had sex, he then got that color bracelet. You know,
that's so bananas.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, but he has to break it in order to.
Yeah,
Did she just like light it with a lighter?
Well, maybe it was consensual. You know, if it's consensual, then you get it. I don't know, but yeah, it was like a scoreboard thing for guys.
That's so weird, man. I had like 100,000 like black ones because gothic.
Yeah, you like 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
Bill, I know you're a little bit older than us, but were there any rumors of kids having sex tapes when you were in school?
There was no way to film a sex tape when I was in school, bro.
Well, there was. They just weren't talkies.
I mean, yeah, right.
It was a series of photographs that were taken with cameras that had that let out giant plumes of smoke after you took the picture.
That's 100% accurate. Charlie Chaplin started every single sex tape, swinging his little thing. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. No, I mean, like Polaroids, yeah, sure, of course,
nice.
Yeah,
there was no, not naming names, but there's one specific girl in our school who there was a rumor about a sex tape when she was in like 6th or 7th grade going around.
Ew.
Which did she just have big boobs?
No
like,
way.
That was it.
No, she didn't.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say right now. Just remind me to say later.
Okay.
But specifically, the reason why I remember this is because the story was that she was having anal sex with somebody.
Oh no!
And pooped.
Oh, we're talking about. Okay.
Which I was just like, man, I wish I was cool enough to see that. Not because I'm into it, but just because that would be so funny.
Right, absolutely.
Like to watch again. There's no good way to say this, but the thought's already there. So I'm just gonna say, but as a like teenage boy. The thought of watching 2 popular kids at my school have sex and it ends with one of them pooping on camera.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like the fucking funniest thing in the world.
Absolutely. Like, come on.
As an adult, I don't want to watch 2 popular teenagers have sex.
Right,
exactly. But yeah. When I was 13, I was like, that's got to be hilarious.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my god. I would watch. Well, I've already seen that, so never mind. I was gonna say I'd watch adults like that are hot that went to my school,
like
but they didn't go to my school. Yeah, yeah, of course. Porn bloopers exist. E-fucked. That was the EFUCT.
I think that's what it was.
.com. Yeah. They just like, it was all porn blooper. It was really sad. Like at first it's like, oh, this is really funny. This lady doesn't. Oh wait, she's crying.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Like, and it was like there would like be a couple ones where like somebody like
slips and falls and
or whatever, farts or something like that, and then it's like, but like a lot of them were like women who didn't really want to be doing it anymore.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh, dude, like, come on, this is evidence and not supposed to be on a funny.
Yeah.
Like you're not supposed to put
Yeah.
like a wah 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 wah
Yeah.
sound effect on that. Yeah.
The Price is Right lose music should not be over top of this video.
Right. 100%. Oh my God. Jeez. Okay, so all right. So let's talk about fuck. You're doing that. The lips thing was a lot. It was whew. Thank God. Okay.
Wait,
we're good.
show Bill this picture of you sleeping. Because your lips are really wild.
Oh, I gotta see this now.
They're so big.
Oh my God. Did you get stung by a bee?
I have big lips.
I guess you do. I just had no idea. Was that in the middle of you going?
Yep.
Oh my God. So you guys have a podcast called I'm Annoyed. Let's talk about let's talk about your podcast. And podcasting in general. Podcasting in general. The general podcasting reporting for duty. So what's can you explain what I'm Annoyed is? Whatever could you talk about?
Go ahead, Karrah.
Oh, me?
You take it.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. We talk about what we are annoyed with that week,
Right.
Just
Everybody gets
complaining
annoyed.
and venting.
Tell them why we started the podcast.
Why did we start the podcast?
Like how we talked about it for a really long time. And
we talked about it for a really long time. And I was like, we should do this. And I was like, nah, I don't want people to hear me. And I still don't want people to hear me, but here we are. And then we just did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do find that the podcast is incredibly cathartic. Like it feels very good to do. Just because it is like it gives me a place to like vent about just from the littlest things to the biggest things. Like it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It seems like no matter what, it's appropriate to talk about on there.
Yeah. And it's nice to have like a layer of typically you have like a layer of like, oh, the people who I might be talking about are probably not going to hear this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Unless somebody like rats you out, but
right.
Yeah. Has that happened?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think it has. Not on that podcast, at least.
Right.
No, I don't. It hasn't happened on there yet, but I think it's just because like my boss and shit hasn't like discovered how to like he doesn't know how to listen to a podcast. Right. Now students on the other hand have found it and have been like, I know who you were talking about.
Yeah.
And I was like,
but you're not naming people.
Snitches get stitches, motherfucker. Keep it shut.
Did you actually stab a student?
No, not
bummer.
Not in real life or in Minecraft.
Yeah, violence is.
I would like
no
to.
Good
There's some that I would like to.
Sure, of course. Everybody like. And that's the thing. People get on your nerves, too much, over and over.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you have a little fantasy here or there.
Well, and that I'm Annoyed helps with that. Instead of stabbing, I just get complaining.
Hell yeah. So how long, Karrah, did it take for him to actually convince you to start doing it? Was it a few months?
No,
of badgering
like
you constantly?
It was a little over a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We originally we had the idea for it pre-COVID. I was like, we should do a podcast together. It was right around the time that the Buddha Boys broke up. And I was like, we should do a podcast together. And then Karrah was like, I don't even know what we would do. And then a few days later, she was like, oh, I know what we could do. We could do a podcast where we just complain. And I was like, oh, that's really a good idea. Like, that's really accessible. And I feel like an audience would like enjoy that. And like having the aspect of where like people can submit complaints to, and we can like talk about it and like validate their feelings and sort of just like, relate and empathize and stuff like that. And then she was like, I don't want to talk. And then it took like COVID ending. And then I was like, we should do this. And she's like, we'll try it. And now now she's hooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is like, honestly, it is weird because, like, I mean, I don't know. It's been going for a year now, right?
Mhm.
Well, over a year at this
Yeah.
point, right? But
Like a year and a month.
yeah. And I've listened to every single one, obviously, because I'm a
Aw.
number one super fan.
So sweet.
I do like I enjoy it. I really do. And it is nice to listen to people who are complaining about stuff, and it's weird. Like, I always think about with podcasts, like the ones that I listen to and love are always literally like that fucking meme where it's like somebody sitting on the ground eating cereal and they're like, there's pictures of people, like,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, and that's what listening to a podcast is like. You're like, feel like you're there, but you're not really there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's cool, and it helps. I mean, even when you don't know the people on it, it's cool. But it does help that I know you guys and whatever, and junk.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I love a good parasocial relationship, and I think it is very different when you actually know the person and can like talk to them about it. Like
Mhm.
whatever was discussed or whatever they said on the podcast. But yeah, I mean the big thing for it is like, you know, this has always been my philosophy with podcasts, and I think this is kind of where I've gotten into conflict with people I've made podcasts with in the past, but it's like I've never been somebody to care about the numbers.
Right.
I mean it's selfish for sure, but like I am making the podcast for me. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
If 10 people are listening, if 50 people are listening, it's all the same. I'm happy that anybody is listening, but like I'm doing it because I'm getting some sort of benefit out of it. It's either helping me stay sharp in comedy, or it's helping me, you know, express this like emotion or this thing that's like frustrating me, and it gives me a space to like talk and like work out thoughts and stuff like that. So like for me, that's the most important thing. It's awesome that people listen to the show and enjoy it. Like I love hearing that you like it. And recently it was very weird. I had a stranger reach out on Discord and tell me
Whoa.
that they listened to the podcast, and they were like talking about, they were telling me how they the story about the trash can reminded them of the time they bought an arcade cabinet off of eBay.
Uh-huh.
And the person who was selling it off of eBay actually was doing a similar thing to what happened with the trash can, where they were selling an item that they hadn't purchased yet.
Oh, yeah.
And here's a little pro hack for anybody who wants to like maybe do like, my thought process is the person probably gets a Walmart discount and was like just looking for a way to flip like minor amounts of money.
Mhm.
So when you're shipping something from walmart.com, if you're buying a single item, you have a higher chance of not getting it if it's like a limited stock item, like an arcade cabinet, a PS5, stuff like that. But
Yeah.
if you have other things in your cart that Walmart sells like a ton of, you're more
Right.
guaranteed to get it. So this person who was listening to the podcast sent me a message to say that they bought an arcade cabinet, and 2 24 packs of Walmart brand Pop Tarts showed up at their house.
What?
And they're like, I think I just got scammed big time. And then they
Yeah.
reached out to the person on eBay, and then they explained this like grift. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
You put the thing that they're definitely gonna have, because then they won't cancel the entire order, and they don't cancel single items. So it guaranteed that the person was gonna get their arcade cabinet.
Wow.
I was like shocked by that.
Yeah, that
I was
is
like, at least you
absolutely.
didn't get ripped off. 40
Yeah.
fucking dollars like I did for this goddamn trash can.
Yeah, so if people don't know, if you haven't listened to that episode, briefly, what happened?
Karrah found this beautiful rose gold trash can I bought on Amazon for $95. And then Sam's Club was like, your order's on its way. And I was like, I don't shop at Sam's Club, and I never have.
Right.
And the person on Amazon who I bought the trash can from for $95 bought it from Sam's Club for $55
Jesus.
and had it shipped to my house directly from Sam's Club.
Oh my God.
Like,
That's
man,
so
I got
nuts.
They played
Yeah.
me. They played me like fiddle.
That's terrible. It's a shame you couldn't go and return it from Amazon and then just go buy it from Sam's Club. You know what I mean?
I listen, I was frustrated, but like I said in the episode, I left a 3-star review and I was like, I don't hate the player. I hate the game. You know what I mean? I understand that I got. That's the only thing keeping this thing from getting 5 stars. Be on the lookout. Watch your necks.
Yeah, for real.
Protect your neck. Go buy it at Sam's Club yourself.
Exactly. That's so nuts, man.
Yeah.
People are scoundrels.
It's cool though. I mean, because then they could buy another trash can off of the money they made off of my trash can.
Right. It's so nuts, man. Wow. I mean, yeah, exactly. Everybody's got to have a little bit of a hustle, but
yeah, I just wish I was that smart. It was mostly jealousy.
Yeah. I always wonder about like people who flip things like that. You know what I mean? I know a couple of people who like their whole job is to like go to like flea markets and shit and then buy shit and resell it.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, first off, like, how do you even do that? Like, you got to sit there on your phone and be like, okay, well, this thing is like, oh, let me type this in on eBay real quick. And like, dude, all right, how about you just like go look at some stuff at a flea market?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of like trying to buy. This cat is trying to jump up. He's
jump on up.
Yeah.
Let's see him.
Let's see if he's going to. Jimmy, come on.
Jimmy.
On. Yeah, Jimmy.
Come on, Jimmy.
Jimmy, get up here. Little Jimmy, medium-sized Jimmy, actually.
Jimmy's
he started out as
such an interesting cat name.
Yeah, well,
I love human names for pets.
You guys watch Better Call Saul? Okay, well, that's okay. Watch Better Call Saul.
I just feel like I know that it's an audio podcast primarily, but people knew what the answer was based on that.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, Better Call Saul, if you liked Breaking Bad, then Better Call Saul is like fucking like as good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the last episode, 6 seasons, last episode just aired. So haven't watched it yet, no spoilers.
Snape Voldemort.
No. We're gonna have to bleep that. Or show it happen. Anyway, I can do that with video. Ha ha. And that was stupid. Anyway, so before he was Saul Goodman, his real name was Jimmy McGill. And this is not a spoiler. This is just but he was like a con man.
Yeah.
And his brother's nickname for him was Slippin' Jimmy.
Ooh.
Because he would like, slip and fall in a, grocery store and then sue them and get, threaten to sue and then be like, oh, give me money.
I thought you were going to say it's because he was covered in baby oil.
No, that's Slippery Jimmy.
I'm always getting those two guys mixed up.
Yeah, I know. Old Slippery Jimmy. But yeah, so Jimmy showed up on the he was like an outside cat, which is not true. Like he was definitely a cat in a house, and then they just like moved or like just locked him outside or whatever, or maybe ran away. I don't think I don't know. But I can't imagine somebody giving up this cat. He's so rad.
Aww.
But he also straight up played us. Like, you know what I mean? Like he would show up like Becky would go outside. She would start to like leave to go work or whatever. And he would just like run up as soon as the door like opened and stuff. In the morning, she would go outside and he would like come and like hop up on her lap and like, be all lovey and blah, blah, blah. So he definitely Slippin' Jimmy'd his way into our house. But now it's like, there was another part of like the Jimmy thing. I don't know why. Oh yeah, but now it's like I've nicknamed him medium sized Jimmy.
Yeah.
Well, it was originally Little Jimmy, and then now he's become medium sized Jimmy because he has gotten a little bit chunky. He definitely eats his sister's food. Yeah, so we have to
James.
like lock them. Yeah, I know, small James. Why would you? But yeah, and also he's a real big dickhead at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I know. I got one of those.
Yeah.
He just walked into the room
I'm gonna see if I can pick him up. Hold on.
like he knew. Get up.
Here he is.
Whoa, he looks just like Apollo, except he's got white
Look at this
paws.
guy.
Hi.
Hey, Jimmy.
Oh, he's out of here.
See you, James.
He hated that. It's so funny because he sleeps on this chair now,
Yeah.
and he's probably just trying to get me out of the chair.
Yeah, let you know
honestly.
it's bedtime.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Time for
Yeah.
bed.
Don't worry. In an hour, he's gonna be like chasing a fucking clothespin around the kitchen for an hour.
He's like, I need a nap, pal.
Yeah,
These clothespins ain't gonna chase themselves.
For real. You got Apollo there?
He just came into the room and he's sitting here meowing because does he need to be fed?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
that's
can.
why.
He'll be fine.
He'll be okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna survive.
We don't have too much longer. I'm trying to think of shit, we were talking about podcasts. So this is the only podcast that you've ever done, correct, Karrah? Like I'm annoyed.
Yep.
Yeah. Chris, you have done 900,000 podcasts.
Yeah, so many have come and gone.
Yeah.
Most of them I there was a period of time where I felt like doing a podcast with me was like you know that very terrible Dane Cook movie Good Luck Chuck,
Yes.
where Kara, do you know what movie I'm talking about?
Mm.
So he hooks up with women and then the next guy they date they marry.
Oh.
Like that's the concept
okay.
of the movie. And I felt like the podcast version of that. So I was like, oh, everyone I podcast with for a short period of time, and then their lives get better when they move on from the podcast. Like Andrew and I did a podcast, and then he moved back to New Jersey, so his life got better. Mike
Right.
Bennett and I did a podcast together, and then he became a celebrity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lennon and I did a podcast together, and then Lennon moved to Austin.
Mhm.
Right.
Bill and I did a podcast together, and then Bill found out what love is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, Pat started a production company after he and I broke up. So what are you excited for? What are you excited for the next step?
No, we have
when we quit doing this podcast in like 6 months.
No, we have the law involved now, so there's like a lot more steps.
Yeah, but you
know?
know
That's
that even
true.
though we're married, you can still quit the podcast.
I don't want to.
I'm just excited to see what you do next.
Oh, come on. I think this is the one. I think I'm annoyed is going to be the
This podcast is my soulmate.
Well, like I don't know. That is it might be true because you guys both like it's just fun to be like be dramatic for a second about like, shit that's like minor.
Yeah.
Or major.
Yeah,
You know
for
what
sure.
I mean?
I agree. And I definitely think like I've talked with other people about this, and please don't take this the wrong way, but I also think it's a very fun way for me to talk about things that annoy me about you, because it's got like the vein of
Right.
like comedy, in between. You know what I mean? So like it like if I'm like if it's the 15th time today that you've asked me to do one thing, that's gonna annoy me in real life. But then if I talk about it in the podcast, I'm like not going to be angry about it. It's like a bit, there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think I talked with somebody else about this who was like thinking about whether or not they wanted to do a podcast with their partner.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I honestly suggest it because I think not that it has made us closer by any means.
Right.
But I think it is like, there's something, I don't know if you feel this way, but there's something about a relationship that changed positively afterwards. You know what I mean? Like our relationship was always good, but I don't know if it's like not communication got better because we've always been good at that. But I think that maybe just like humor or something, like there's something like, it's just like the fact that we're creating something together.
I think I have more of an understanding because like before you would be like, oh, I can't do this, I have to record. And I'd be like, why? Like, who cares?
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, I get it. There's like a schedule. You know?
There's a schedule.
Right.
There are people that listen,
Yeah.
right? There are people who are like expecting it, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also it's just fun too.
Oh, it's so fun to do.
But yeah, like if everybody is like relying on that episode to come out, then yeah, there is like a
Yeah. I mean, you and I talked about this. If I could never do this, I could never do a podcast that was me alone, or like on the mic with Mike Peters, what he does there. Just because like I would just not do it. Like I flat out, for like a shameless plug, but like for the UpnUp website, I told your brother, I was like, if this makes you uncomfortable, I understand, not a big deal. But like when it is my turn to write an article, I need you to give me a deadline.
Yeah.
Because if you're just like, yeah, whenever you do it, I'm like, all right, never. Then it will never ever happen. It will never be made.
Right.
But if you tell me like, hey, I need this article done at like midnight on Friday, I'm gonna be I'll be angry for a little bit because I am a child.
Right.
And then at like 8 o'clock, I will sit down and I will write whatever it is you needed me to write. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like I need a deadline.
Yeah,
So
I'm very much the same way.
that's why I'm like, it would be so hard for me to do a podcast where I'm like interviewing another person, because if I didn't have another person, I would just be like, oh well.
Right.
But the fact that like it's us together, I have that obligation.
Right.
Even more so.
It's one of you're holding each other accountable, because like it's like, I don't want to stop doing the thing. All right, well, I guess like I'll okay, if they say we got to do it, then I'm gonna go do it.
It's like a gym buddy, but for a fat slob, you know?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Like, you're my gym buddy. You're what's keeping me going and doing cardio 2.5 days a week.
I definitely have to say, like, I mean, because Karrah, you are like a quiet person, typically, like, especially in public, and also like you're like married to this guy who like just doesn't shut the fuck up.
Never.
So like it is nice for you to have the podcast and be able to like get to know you better. You know what I mean? Like having like, you know, a lot of people see you at like mics and stuff like that, but maybe they don't talk to you or whatever because you just like don't talk.
Yeah.
But they know that like your personality is awesome. So yeah.
Well, yeah, I will say too that I have noticed that with like coming to the open mic and stuff, that you have, I don't know if it's directly because of the podcast, but you have gotten better at talking, like more comfortable talking to other people. And I think it's because you finally have like a performer switch in your brain. Where like you're like, you don't do comedy, but you're like, I'm at an open mic, I need to like turn that on a little bit. So I think that's one way it's improved for sure.
Yeah. What do you think, Karrah? Do you think that that's bullshit or?
No, I think like I never talk because I'm afraid no one's gonna listen. So now that I know that people listen, I'm like, oh, I guess I can talk and people will listen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. That like even less like going back and listening to the beginning of the podcast and stuff like that, like where you guys like it was way more Chris, and now it's like it's very, very close to 50-50 at this point.
Yeah.
Where like
as the person editing it, absolutely.
And it's also great to be like to listen to you guys like bicker.
Yeah, it's so fun. Yeah, I love like I will genuinely say when I am editing the podcast, I will laugh at things that are happening while I'm editing, because it's just like, oh yeah, man, I hope this is enjoyable for other people, because this is great. I love like the little back and forth.
It really is. I think the last one, when I can't even remember, I just remember like the feeling of like one of you I think you were interrupting. I can't even remember, but it was like, okay, well, what's yours? What is your what's your I'm a joy? You know, it's like, oh my gosh, I couldn't even finish my sentence. Like, I don't know. I wish I could have actually pointed to the real example of that, but you know, who cares, I guess, right? Oh man. What else? Hold on, I have a list.
Okay.
You know,
Speed
I love
round.
a list.
Karrah loves a
Hell
list.
yeah. Speed round. Oh my god.
What?
I'll tell you then. I just got a message from somebody.
Oh yeah, we have to tell you a story then. By the way.
Yeah, no problem.
Story time.
Let me see. Do you have a favorite president?
Oh my god.
I mean, I love Taft just as a fellow big boy. You know, I love the idea of a president getting stuck in a bathtub multiple times.
Hell yeah.
And then I read that he weighed like 320 pounds. I'm like, was this bitch 5'2"? Like, what the fuck?
Fat back then was like way smaller.
I've also seen pictures of him, and that dude is fat as fuck.
Well, they was just zoomed in a lot.
Yeah,
he might have been 5'2".
Those old smoky cameras added 59 pounds.
Have you ever seen a sex tape?
What about you,
Oh my
Karrah?
God.
Who's your favorite prez?
Can it count if it's like after, like not while they were president, but them as a human now?
Yeah.
Does that? Because I mean, when Bill Clinton sees balloons, it just warms my
That's
heart.
true.
You know?
Yeah, that's very true. Jimmy Carter's
Yeah.
another good one, just because like I feel like Jimmy Carter is the one president who like walked the walk. You know what I mean? Like he was just a lowly peanut farmer, and then gave that up to be the president, and then immediately just like literally spent the rest of his life like building houses for homeless people. Like he's like 99 years old and he's still out there fucking swinging hammers. And I don't know if I would trust a house that the man built by any
Hell
means.
no.
But the gesture is very nice.
Right? Right? My God. Good answers. I like that. What else? I just put my phone down so I could do that again. I'm doing it like an open mic. What else? What else? Let me
What
just
else
look
do
at
I
my-
have here?
Yeah. Games on your phone. We covered that. School activities or plays. What did you? Yeah, like what did you do in high school? Look, Chris, you played football in something, right?
And something.
In a school at some point.
In middle school, I played football. I quit in high school because I had my pants tackled off of my body. I played
Horny.
baseball. Yeah. And then I became just like I don't know, like a loner isn't the right word because I wasn't cool enough to like wear that title, but I just was like not a part of anything except for the Envirothon, which was like an environmental science-based competition.
Right.
And then I was a techie. I went to Votech for 3 years and did culinary school.
That's right. I'll tell you what, you weren't cool enough to wear that leather jacket.
No, I was not.
That would have been funnier if I would have said it immediately after you said I wasn't cool enough to wear that title.
And then that was pretty much it, man. I was like, it's funny. I was just clawing my way to the finish line because I hated high school so much.
Yeah, me too. I graduated a class of 165 students. I graduated number in rank 163.
Yeah,
I
think similarly.
Squeaked by.
I was like 95th in a class of like 130 or something like that.
Yeah.
Just because I did not care enough to apply myself. Was not concerned.
I had a teacher that I had failed their class in 9th grade, and then I had to retake it in 12th grade. And at the end of the school year,
were you the only 12th grader in a 9th grade class?
Yes, I was.
Nice.
I at the end of the school year, he said, "So here's the deal. If you get a passing, you got to take the final." And I'm trying to remember exactly how it went, but it was like, you can take the final, but if you don't get a 70 on this final, you will fail high school. You will fail 12th grade. This is going to be like, he's already talked to all the teachers and stuff that I have. And he's like, this will keep you here another year.
Jeez.
Or you can just write your name on the top of this paper and then you will get a 70.
What?
So it was like, if you don't get a 70, you can try it, but you're not going to get it. So how about we just pass you? And literally, I wrote my name on the top of the final and then didn't have to take it. And then that's how I passed 12th grade.
That's so
Whoa.
funny.
Yeah, right?
I had my high school English teacher, Mr. Bailey. I don't believe that he ever actually graded anybody's work. I think he spun a spinner or rolled like a 100-sided die at the beginning of the school year and then just gave you like either 2 points up or 2 points down every marking period. Because like it was like I had like a 96 and then a 97 and then a 95. And I was like, I don't think I've done any work in this class.
Right.
But then our senior paper had to be like a 10-page essay.
Oh boy.
And, you know, in classic Chris fashion, I wrote it the night before graduation. Like literally, like graduation was Friday. And at the end of the school day Thursday, he was like, I haven't gotten your paper yet, mister. And if I don't get it, you're going to fail English. And I was like, guess I'm writing a 10-page paper. So
oh my God.
I wrote a 10-page research paper about the Mac versus PC.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You have Justin Long to help you.
No, I did not. Or John Hodgman.
John Hodgman, that's right.
And then it ended up being 9.5 pages when I finished it. And I was like, I can't go any further.
Yeah.
So then I like literally the next day, like before graduation practice, I walked up to Mr. Bailey's room and I handed him the essay and he like flipped to the end and he goes, it's just a little shy. Then he shook my hand and then he said, make sure you apply yourself better in college.
Whoa.
And then I passed.
Damn. That's
but
wild.
That your story reminded me of in college. I was a history major, history and secondary education. And I was like, I'm going to save my 100 level history courses until my senior year because I want my senior year to be easy. Like I'd rather every other year be a little bit harder and then my senior year be easy. And I walked into my first, it was modern European history, and the chair of the history department and the history professor I probably had the best relationship with, Dr. Imhoff, was the professor of that class. And I walked in and he goes, Chris. And then he goes, I saw you were on the roster and I just want to let you know, I'm sure you're aware, but you're going to be held to a much different standard than the rest of the kids in class. And I was like, fuck. Yeah. So he just like it was so funny because then he just literally like the syllabus, he customized the syllabus and it was like assignment due. And it was like everybody except Mr. and that Mr. William. It was everybody except Mr. William, read this article and then write a 2-page essay explaining blah blah blah. And then it said, Mr. William, read this article and convince me blah.
Oh my God.
So I had totally different assignments than every other kid in the class.
Oh my God.
It was funny. I loved his commitment to it, but what was kind of annoying but also like made me feel cool is that because I was in the class with just a bunch of freshmen and I was also a history major, I was first pick for every group project.
Wow.
Like every single group project we were like, I want Chris. And I was like, yeah, you do, bitch.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was very, very funny. One of my favorite college papers I wrote for that class, because it was just very like I took it seriously, but I was like, I'm going to make it fun for both of us. So Dr. Imhoff is in a band called Faculty Lounge.
Hey, I know that band.
Yeah, he's the lead singer. Super cool guy,
no
very
shit.
talented musician. And when we were learning about the Reformation when we were learning about the Reformation and the Renaissance in European history, I wrote about how I wrote an essay comparing those two eras to pop music in the 80s. And specifically I used the example that the Reformation was the Clash and the Renaissance was Wham, because the Renaissance was like everything is like sunshiny and beautiful and perfect and everyone's happy and everything is glorious and everything is perfect and like let's celebrate everything. And then the Reformation was right after the Renaissance and I was like everything is fucking terrible and I hate everybody. So my whole essay was about how that was just like pop music in the 80s.
Oh,
and
my
he was
God.
like I gotta say, I've never seen that done before. I was like,
and
that
plus, I
was
love those bands.
Yeah, I was like, that was literally specifically for you. Like that was me. It's just like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, fuck it. This seems like a fun route to go.
That's hilarious. I love that.
Yeah.
What about Karrah? What did you do in school?
Like sports? Or...
Anything. Like chess club.
Okay.
Rotary. You were in the Key Club.
I was in the Key Club.
Rotary Club?
No. What?
You weren't? What's a Key Club?
Literally, I don't know. I just signed up and I was in the yearbook for it, and that was it. I don't.
That's tight.
I did gymnastics until 8th grade, and then I quit. But that wasn't like affiliated with the school. It was just like my own little thing. And then in middle school, I did volleyball. That was it.
Tight.
It's not very.
Got a concussion playing volleyball?
I got a concussion. That was in gym class.
Yeah.
Oh,
Some
nice.
kid like spiked the volleyball on top of my head.
Oh my god.
I know.
Did I ever tell you about the time I broke my arm in gym class?
No.
Yeah, playing soccer.
Bill,
They
you're supposed to use your foot.
I know. Trust me. Well, they made me the goalie.
Oh,
they made me
no.
the goalie, so I had to. Yeah, and like the most athletic kid in our school was like trying to score, and I like swung my arm, and the second it got like perpendicular to the ball, it like boom, like hit it and broke my pressure fracture in my little wrist.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was pretty tight.
I also got injured in gym class once. I separated my shoulder playing ultimate frisbee.
What?
Yeah. So
I would like to say that I had gym class with you, and yeah, I can see that.
That was
happening.
we had gym class that year that it happened. We
Oh my God.
we had a pep rally or something in the auditorium, and it like bled into gym class. So it was a rare circumstance where like we lost like 10 minutes of gym class, and they were like, you can play the sport, you don't have to change, like as long as you're not wearing boots.
Right.
So we're playing ultimate frisbee, and I like was running down court to catch the frisbee, and I jumped for it, and then another kid like blindsided me and like knocked me sideways, and then I hit the floor, but I landed specifically just on my shoulder, and it's the only time I've ever blacked out from pain.
Whoa.
Holy
like
shit,
I literally
yeah.
like I landed on my shoulder, and then I woke up. It was only like 3 or 4 seconds, but I
Wow.
still like I hit the ground and I was out, and then I woke up and I was like, I can't move my arm. I think my arm's broken. I like couldn't lift my arm at all. So then I went to the nurse's office, and they called my mom. She took me to the hospital, and they're like, it's just a separation. So they pushed it back in. And then I had to wear a sling for a week.
I love that.
So I had to walk around like this. Like I was doing
like a pledge allegiance type of thing. Oh,
doing them around for like a week.
Wow.
It might have been my left
God.
shoulder though, so it might have been like this. Now that I think,
yeah, hand over your heart, baby.
Yeah, I think it was like this.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because I remember still playing computer games, and I was a right-handed, so still clicking on that mouse.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's reassuring that we all got hurt in gym class.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna put that on the list.
Yeah.
Tell me about the time you got hurt.
How did you get hurt in gym class?
Oh my God, I'm doing it seriously.
There's a kid one time playing soccer that got his front tooth kicked out. Some real like gym class hero did like you know what a bicycle kick is in soccer?
Yes.
So this girl went to do a bicycle kick, and similar to you, Bill, this kid was playing the goalie.
Mm-hmm.
She went to bicycle kick, and then he ran for like the ball, and when she kicked, her foot just hit him directly in the front of his mouth.
Oh my
and
God.
like laser accuracy just was like hit one tooth and just like knocked it at like a 45-degree angle.
Oh my God.
Like kicked him right here, and his tooth just went.
It was like hanging there.
No, it was still fully intact, but it was just like at a 45-degree angle inwards.
Oh my God.
So he had to go
that's
get
so
it
disgusting.
pulled. Yeah.
Oh man,
It was
that's
gnarly.
so gross.
Blood
Absolutely.
everywhere.
Yeah.
It was rough.
No good. What yeah. Huh. You got any final thoughts? Got anything to plug? Meet your doom.
Yeah. Gorka Romano on all social media. I'm Annoyed Podcast every Monday. Riffbusters every Wednesday. UpnUp every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Hello. Hi.
Wait, hold on.
Please don't touch my face. I'm gonna get pimples.
Let me do this while you plug.
Okay, you can follow me at Karen Nicole _ on Instagram. I'm married to a child.
Yes, you are.
Anywhere else?
No, you already said I'm annoying.
Now you're definitely annoyed.
What's the
Oh,
merch
you have
website?
Ooh, what?
What's the merch
Isn't it
website?
What was Bill gonna
just-
say?
you just bought the new merch website, right?
No, not yet. I'll buy
Oh,
something.
yeah.
We'll figure it
Okay.
out.
Yeah, just send it to me and I'll put it on the screen right now. Because I'm going to learn how to use Adobe Premiere.
Okay.
You guys have also on the podcast, you do have a phone number that people can call in,
Sure
which is
do.
pretty cool.
Yes,
They
please
can call in.
do that more or text it. You know, if you're not a caller, we take text messages as well. You don't have to worry about us ever answering. It is set up to do voicemail only. Doesn't even ring
Yeah.
when you call. And that phone number is, as soon as I find it, I'll tell you, 570-500-2787.
That's awesome. I got a Google Voice number. I was trying to get Bill Rossum because it works.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the area code 245 is the country code for Guam.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I'll never be able to get Bill Rossum, but I was able to get and it can either be one of two different things. It could be either Fist Russum or Dirt Russum.
Ooh.
Yeah, 347-878-7786. It's a lot of 8s and 7s.
Yeah.
But you know.
Oh, what do I
Um,
like more?
I know.
Dirt Russum sounds like you're in Mudvayne.
It does.
Not again.
Not the Mudvayne thing. Yeah, Fist Russum sounds a little bit too aggressive for me.
Yeah, Fist Russum is like the evil you.
Yeah,
He's got like no beard, but he fights a lot.
right. Fist Russum. Yeah, exactly. So Dirt Russum is the guy that he beats up.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's the way it
it's like your
goes.
own Cain and Abel.
Exactly. Thanks so much, guys, for coming on to this little thing.
Thank you for having us, buddy.
It was awesome. I appreciate y'all helping me launch this. So Real Bill Russum on all social media. You can also listen to my other podcast that I do with a fellow by the name of Mike Peters. It's called It's About Time.
Yeah.
It is a Sopranos watch podcast. We're almost
finally got to the Pine Barrens.
Yeah. Oh my God. What a great episode.
Best episode
Holy
of TV
shit.
maybe ever.
Wow. Well, now I'm going to like hate the rest of it. Damn. Yeah. Thanks for listening. Don't talk to cops. See ya.